Hi there, it is Vasil from product management team at PandaDoc. In this short video, I wanted to demonstrate how to run CPQ workflows directly from the PandaDoc user interface when PandaDoc is not connected to your CRM. So let's start with triggering the workflow. When I'm clicking on the Create New button, as you can see here, we have the small widget with the set of the workflows that we have currently published in your account. So let me pick one of the workflows. Upsell with Co-Termination is the workflow that you can use in order to upsell the products as a part of the amendment to the customer who is currently having a subscription with your organization. So this form is completely customizable. I have just added here a few fields for the sake of demonstration. Let's say we have here the company name, and then we have the product selector. So for example, we want to upsell the Pro plan. The contract start date is today. The contract end date is somewhere in 2027. Let it be September. So what is happening right now is that behind the scenes, using the rule and workflows, we are generating the quote. As you can see, the duration of this line item has been prorated accurately based on the new start date or the start date of the amendment in the original contract end date. In general, the rules can be used for a very wide range of the use cases. You're going to use the rules to define the pricing or any kind of bundling. But again, in this case, we're only using the rules to come up with the right prorated contract term and the price. So let me also add the discount because I want to demonstrate you how the approvals are working in that case. When I'm clicking on the next button, first the document is being generated. And in this document, we will insert all the data that we have captured from the form and also the quote that has been generated in the previous step. So as you can see, I have here the company name that I have entered in the first step in the form. Then we have the information about the person who is currently writing the workflow. And here we have the quote that we have generated in the previous step. So what is happening after that is that when I'm clicking on the next button, the approval workflow is being triggered. I can leave a short message here to the person who is approving. For this workflow, I have set up myself as an approver. Let me open the mailbox and show you how the approval will look like for the recipient. So here we have the approval message. I'm opening the document as an approver. Doing a quick review, everything is fine, and I'm clicking on the approve button. And then if you go back to the interface of the salesperson, if I will click on the check update, we can see that the approval has been granted. And here we can see the message from the person who has been providing the approval. And with that, we can proceed to the send out of the document, or we can just generate the link to this document and send this link to the customer. Now let's have a look at how the workflow is being set up. If I go to the workflows, here is the workflow that I have created for this demo. Let me unpublish it. So here I have three steps. The first step is the generation of the form. As I mentioned earlier, there are 4 questions in this questionnaire. So we have the company name, we have the selection of the product or the plan, then we have the contract start and contract end date. We can also have the conditional logic for this form, but for the sake of simplicity, I decided just to show all the questions right away. But there might be a logic that will conditionally hide or show some of the questions or answers to these questions. Then when we're speaking about the quotes, the way how these 2 different steps are being connected is that from the form, I can pull some of the answers and I will pass them as an input to the quote. And then if we open the quote, so here we have the set of rules that can be used in order to add the products into the quote based on the selection of the plan in the questionnaire, and also calculate the duration of the contract. To give you a quick example of how the rules work, let's say I want to add a discount to the product that has the quantity over 100 items. So in that case, I'm selecting all the line items that have this quantity, and I will update the line items, and I will set the discount, let's say 10%. As you can see here, we have a wide range of different rules that can essentially automate the entire process of the quote creation. You can add the products from the catalog, you can update any of the line items, you can delete the line items, and you can delete the entire sections of the quote. And then when it comes to the final step, we have the template that we have been using before outside of this workflow. And the only difference with the template being used as part of the workflow is that you need to pass the input data into this template. So we have here the information about the person who is running the workflow being passed as a client and sender. Then we have the quote that we have generated in the previous step. And finally, we have the field with the name of the company that we have pulled from the first step with the form. That concludes the demo of PandaDoc CPQ workflows that you can run directly from PandaDoc user interface when you don't have a connection to your CRM. Thank you.